to do this, but also we do have some wonderful sponsors that we want to thank.
Okay, so update. I'm hanging out with my dear friend Bob the Plant. It is lunch break and I'm just sitting, getting some reading done, collecting my thoughts. Keynotes and everything have been done for BookNet Fest, and I'm really excited to go to some of the panels because the humor I think that is going to be at this event is probably going to be my all-time favorite. So I'm looking forward to that. I have a couple sessions that I'm really excited about going to. I think my favorite one that I'm looking forward to, which is kind of on brand for me, is they changed the thing that I loved, which is going to be dealing with retellings and things like that. So I'm looking forward to that one today. Beyond that, I mean, there's a lot of good panels that I'm hoping I will get tidbits of information and stuff from, but I will try and vlog. I'm not going to be the best at this. I've been warning all of you guys, it might just be me spewing my thoughts after all of this because I feel really awkward, you know, just kind of like whipping out my phone and filming. But maybe I will because I've been meeting a whole bunch of really nice people and I want to show them to you. But I don't... What is the proper etiquette for saying, hey, I want to show you to my vlog family? Maybe that's what you do. I don't know. But I'm going to eat my lunch, maybe read a little bit because BookNet Fest, and then I'm going to start on all the panels and I can't wait.
So I'm Adriana, my channel is Perpetual Pages. I am a Mexican American, queer, non-binary person, book reviewer, and that's me. So they, them pronouns only, please.
I'm Jerry. My channel is called Onyx Pages, and I started it because I watched one of Adriana's videos and fell in love with the content. So yeah, I read Afrofuturism stuff, and I'll talk more about that later. Thanks for being here.
Hi everybody, I'm Sam. I have a blog called Will Read for Booze. It's like drunk history but for book reviews. And I did get permission to be on brand today. But my blog is a team sport. There are 5 of us that write for the blog. So we read all kinds of genres.
Okay, hi. I'm Thomas. My channel is SFF180, where I concentrate mostly on adult science fiction and fantasy, and where I am currently hosting my very first readathon for September, Space Opera September. So, yeah, that's... And we now all officially exist.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Kathy Trippert. Yes, that's how you say my weird-ass last name. BookNet Fest tag. It's so fun to watch you guys try to pronounce it. It's very amusing. I create booktube content and I co-host the Queer Lit Readathon twice a year.
Hi, my name's Olivia, also go by Libby, and I have a YouTube channel, I Love You for Books. I talk about books, do art. If I'm good with myself, I'll talk about movies, but I've been lagging it over there, and yeah, just like to share what I enjoy.
I'm Nina Moreno. I'm the author of Don't Date Rosa Santos out of Disney Hyperion.
Hi, I'm Meredith Sims. I'm an Orlando local and I'm a show writer in the themed entertainment industry, so I do a lot of adaptations, not for movies, but for theme park attractions. I read all those show scripts.
Oh. Okay. My name is Emily Duncan. I guess I am here as the author of capacity. I wrote Wicked Saints, which came out in April, about, I feel really loud, which is which is about a girl who can talk to gods in fantasy Russia and fantasy Poland, who then has to team up with some terrible enemy boys to try to assassinate a king and stop a holy war as one does when they're 17. So, yeah.
My name is Jocelyn. I'm primarily a booktuber. My channel is Yogi with a Book, but also I work in a bookstore. I am one of the managers.
Hello, I'm DJ. I work at Wednesday Books and St. Martin's Press. I'm a women's marketer, so hopefully I don't say anything that she shouldn't know. But I'm also secrets. I'm also a bookstagrammer on the side at Life and Fiction.
Okay, sit down, real talk time. This is probably gonna get a little more personal than I usually get, but whew, I thought I was gonna have my whole like social anxiety thing a little bit more under control than I did. But this is also like the first event conference thing that I've been to where I felt like there was an importance to networking. And so if I just disappeared on a lot of you guys at this conference, just know that it wasn't you, it was me. I was starting to feel overwhelmed, so I kind of just like skedaddled and didn't linger as much as, you know, probably would have been beneficial to a lot of things. And like, yeah, I'm getting my stress rash right now. But that all aside, and me dealing with whatever crap is going on in my brain, I did get a little further in Discovery of Witches. It's gotten to the point where I'm like super invested, and I do want to like binge this tonight, and it will make me feel a little bit better about ghosting everybody and not taking full advantage of this freaking conference, because why am I me? So that'll probably be what happens with that. I did do 3 of the panels. The first one being, 5 out of 5 stars, in which there was several people there. They were just kind of talking about how they do reviews and why they do reviews and what they're looking for in books. And I actually found that was probably my favorite one of my husband's home. Hi, husband. It's probably my favorite one so far because it went really into depth on a lot of like what digging into analyzing and then just doing it for pleasure and balancing both of those out, and what star ratings really mean, if they really mean anything, and all of those little nuances. And so I really like that. And plus I got some really good sci-fi recommendations for that. So thank you, all your beautiful faces. The next one I did was, I'm going to flip my notes because, you know, that's what I do, is they changed the thing I love, which is all about adaptations, you know, going from book to movie, or even video games to books, or all that nonsense, which is, I thought was going to be the one that I like really latched onto, but surprisingly it wasn't. It was really good. I did enjoy hearing what other people, when they're looking at adaptations, what they pick up on and how they view those as separate entities and as conversations against each other, which I think is really cool when you think about it. It's like sometimes adaptations are something that just continue on the conversation, and a lot of times while they're not similar, they can play off of each other in a way that's really, really interesting. And then the last one I did is my hobby and the industry, in which there were several people on the panel, various different degrees of the industry, of being authors, being publishers, being just the hobbyist who loves to read, the reader. And it was interesting just to see how each of those different perspectives view what we're doing and the benefits that they find in a lot of that, and what they like, what they don't like, what they're looking for, and all of those little nuances. Part of me wants to be a little bit more aggressive, requesting arcs of the things that I love rather than being as passive as I have been, and wanting to push myself to be more of the reviewer and things like that I really idolize in other people. So that might be a little change that I bring to this channel. I don't know. I say a lot of things when I'm at conferences, and whether or not I actually follow through with those is a completely different story. But that is probably going to be it for day 1 of BookNet Fest, because of, like I said, all of this. I'm gonna find dinner, maybe sit down, binge a book, and just call it a night.
I'm not afraid to get messy. My name is Paige. I'm from Minimal Bookie, and my hot take is about the BookCon drama that happened, which always happens every year, about like cliques and friend groups. My hot take is we need to protect our spaces, yes, but we also can't think that numbers online matter. In person, it doesn't translate.
I'm Cobb, and I am afraid to get messy, but I'm here anyway. My channel is X really solace X, and my hot take is, and please stick with me here, guys, because it's really far-fetched. Audiobooks are real books.
Hi, I'm Alexa Dunn. I have an authorship channel, so I talk about writing, though I make booktube videos and no one watches them, so booktube people should check it out. I do talk about books. I love being messy, it's terrible. And my hot take is Dan Mallory is garbage. Hashtag BookNet Fest. If you don't know, you're in for a ride.
Hi, I'm Lizelle. I'm on YouTube, Twitter, and what's that other one? Instagram. At Lizelle Stanbury. I try and keep a very small collection of books, so I actually have 17 physical books on my TBR, including ebooks and stuff. I don't even want to talk about it. It's probably over 100.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm from the booktube channel Books Like Whoa. I'm on Instagram, Goodreads, all that good stuff. And physical books, I probably have 200, 300 TBR books. So you guys can feel much better about yourself too.
I had a book I was actually going to bring that had those on it. So these have like more. Somebody else has it right now.
It's not like that. It's more realistic. Like they're actually figuring this stuff out. Was it they found someone's fingerprint? And I'm like, why didn't they just do DNA? Like based on something.
Yeah, I think those things.
Like it would be deeper even if it was a real person.
I am Nicole Sweeney. I am moderating this panel. I am moderating this panel in part though because in addition to being here in a personal capacity on behalf of sort of a smaller, my own sort of smaller platform, I also in my professional life work for a very large YouTube channel. It's got almost 10 million subscribers. So I'm like both sort of sides of the line. And I say that by way of introduction because I'm going to let the panelists introduce themselves and to the degree that you are comfortable to kind of talk about how you would describe the size of your platform, just so that we have kind of a baseline for this conversation.
Okay, well, my name is India. I'm at Life as a Page Turner on all the socials, wherever you do the socials. I currently am at 1,300 subscribers on YouTube, so I would consider myself a very small platform in the terms of YouTube, but somewhere in that small to medium platform in terms of Black booktubers.
My name is Chloe. My YouTube channel is Brunette Bibliophile. That's also my Instagram, and Twitter is at Brunette Biblio. A lot of people have a different opinion on what is considered a small booktuber. I would consider 5K and under, and I'm right at about 1,500, so I would also consider myself a small booktuber as well.
Hi everybody, I'm Sam. I have a blog called Will Read for News. It's drunk history, but book reviews. And we are, it's a team sport, so there are 5 of us that write reviews for our blog. And we have significantly less followers, but it's hard to kind of figure out an accurate count because WordPress will, count your followers, but they have to have WordPress accounts. So we only have about 400 or so of those, and more on Twitter and Instagram. But yeah, I would consider myself relatively small, pretty small.
Hi, my name is Ashley, and I am from the channel of Ashley Bash, Ashley Knuckles on Instagram and Twitter. I have about 45,000 subscribers on YouTube, so I would consider, I've always thought of it as like middle of the range and like the spectrum of YouTube as a whole, but I guess on BookTube it's more like a bigger, I guess you would say now that like more people are making channels and everything like that, so yeah.
So my name is Adriana. My channel is Perpetual Pages. I am a Mexican-American book reviewer. I'm queer, I'm non-binary. My pronouns are they, them. And I'm not going to be delicate about it. Anything else is incorrect. And I use my channel not only to talk about books, but to talk about queer stuff, Latinx stuff, feminism, intersectionality, marginalized voices, and boosting people whose voices I think are important.
I'm Kyle, and I'm at Extra Solace X on literally everything. Well, you can find me there on even Tumblr, but please don't. All I do is retweet the sound of posts. It's really bad. But I am an Indian American lesbian gender fluid book reviewer, and I also use only they them pronouns, but I will not be as aggressive as Adriana about it. I'm scared of everyone. And I think the core of my channel is basically about how social justice interacts with books and how my identity interacts with books, but I also kind of transcend that by talking about how that interacts with media in general, or just outside of media, the importance of social justice, and then talking about representation and underrepresented identities, so that's who I am.
Hi, I'm Jerry, and my channel is called Onyx Pages. I'm a Black queer woman. I use she, her pronouns. I read fairly narrowly, so I read science fiction and fantasy, primarily written by Black folks, with a preference for queer authors. I use my channel to lift up new writing and new writers, and to introduce those writers to bookish community. And I do that through the reviews that I do and the hauls that I do. I look for independently published books as much as I can. And I also interview those authors and put those interviews on my channel. I also am interested in community building. So I'm not doing it at this conference, but I have vlogged at other conventions, and I cover things like, the Black Speculative Arts Conference in Toronto, or any kind of event that is designed to lift up Black SFF or Afrofuturist writers as well. So I'm into developing relationships with those folks and helping them make money from writing their books so that they can write more books and sell more books.
I'm back on my couch because it is the end of BookNet Fest, day 2. It's technically the end of BookNet Fest. Technically not. There is prom, but this is not going there. Today was very much better than yesterday. I think I put too high of expectations on who I am and what I can do yesterday, and I kind of dialed all of that back, and I'm just like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. Whoever I talk to, I talk to. I did get several pictures with a couple of other attendees. They're probably on social media as we speak. I don't know. I'm not very good at doing the whole filming things and getting pictures of other people, but I was very willing to stand in other people's videos. So what did we talk about today? Today, a lot of the topics were, at least what I attended, they were centered a lot around having conversations about drama in the community and supporting each other in the community, and then bringing up each other as we all navigate what it means and how we're not all just talking about books. There's other things involved in the fiction that we talk about, the nonfiction that we talk about, and how that affects all of us culturally and dynamically and politically and socially, and all of it. It got deep in points. But they were good conversations to be a part of and good conversations to hear. There was also some conversations about big platforms and little platforms and things like that. And I also went, of course, you guys knew I was going to go to this, to the book defacing. And this is kind of what I ended up with. That's the front. And then I did a little bit on the sides, and then that's the back, and I spray painted. You can't really tell because it's silver, and so it still looks like it's white, but it's got silver pages. I haven't finished this book. I still have a couple of pages left, but I have the e-version in my phone that I'm filming with. I don't know why I was going to point over there, but I have the e-version as well, so I will probably be reading it on my phone rather than the physical copy, because every time you touch the pages, you get silver all over yourself. So that's a thing that has happened. I don't know how I'm gonna get it home. I'm gonna probably have to wrap it in a bag of some kind. And it still smells. It's got that aerosol spray smell. I don't know if that's ever going to go away, but it's a thing that's happened. Now, this is the end of the day for me. I think I'm gonna go do a collab with Shae tomorrow. But beyond that, there's not gonna be much left in my weekend. So I might wrap up the vlogs here. I'm probably gonna wrap up the vlogs here. If there is more, I might tack it on to the end of this, but otherwise I'm just going to edit and upload that, and this has been my BookNet Fest experience. And it's been a ride. So this is me saying bye, and I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.